Chessico Avenue. I deliver for... When I pulled out of the parking lot, I noticed this guy on the side of the road chopping limbs off a tree, and he looked like he was mentally ill. But I noticed that what he was doing, he had a knife in his hand, right? So I went ahead a little bit, and I pulled over, and I see this guy, and he looks like he might be mentally ill, but he has knives in his hand, at least one, but I'm also observing him throwing them down at the ground. One time the blade came into the street, he stepped right in front of a car, like he's apparently mentally ill. But I don't think anybody wants this guy, because he seems off, walking down the sidewalk here with knives in his hand, because you don't know what he's going to do to somebody.
Okay, sir, and just repeat the intersection so I can make sure I've entered it correctly.
That's Philadelphia Road, Chessico Avenue. He is now walking north Chessico Avenue. School.
Okay, he's walking northbound. And what's the telephone number you're calling from, sir? Sure, we're going to get an officer out. What's your name? Oh, Mr. Okay.
Yes.
And you said he has a blade in his hand, he's cutting down tree branches and throwing the blades in the roadway?
Yeah, and he just seems to be walking down the street, waving them around, like I think he's off, But that being said, who knows what he might do to somebody that he crosses paths with. I'm pulling ahead now again.
Uh-huh.
And if you want, I can catch up to him again and make absolutely sure.
How many minutes ago did you see him?
Well, it was up to 5 minutes ago now, because I just thought it was strange that somebody would be hacking branches off with a knife. It's not like a gardener or something. It's just somebody on the side of the road. So then I waited for him, and he was throwing his little knives into the ground. And from what I'm seeing now, he's just walking down. All right, I'm pulling beside him here.
Okay. Is he violent?
He's got some kind of they don't look like 6-blade knives. They're like some kind of fold-out, big, long razor thing. But he's just walking around, waving them around, throwing them in the ground. And, the way he was hacking at the tree, it seemed like he was mad. So that's why I think the guy's a little off.
Okay. Does it look like he's violent?
Well, it looks like he could be, because, he was really hacking away and, talking to himself and screaming at the tree he was cutting the branches off of. And it wasn't so much cutting, he was just hacking at him and you know what I mean, like a madman. And now he's walking down the street with these blades in his hand.
County 911, what is the address of the emergency?
Yeah, what is the status of somebody responding to this guy on Philadelphia Road that I reported has knives? He's also now swinging a long chain. Is there any police nearby?
All right, sir, I'm not the operator you first spoke to. What was the intersection you gave when you called in?
It was Chessico Avenue and Philadelphia Road. He is now north of Philadelphia Road. I'm tracking him. He's on the 8200 block of Philadelphia Road. He's so far displayed 2 knives, which he has violently cut at trees with. He's thrown them at the ground. He stepped into traffic, and now he's swinging a long chain around like he was doing kung fu. He's obviously mentally ill, so he's dangerous to be walking down this road.
929-913, charged in for violent mental disorder, subject has a knife. Philadelphia Road, Chessico Avenue, Philadelphia and Chessico, northbound, said male on the side of the road with some kind of knife or blade in his hand, cutting down tree branches and throwing them in the roadway and leaving the blade around. Said it's going to be a white male, 20s, tie-dye T-shirt, northbound 7 in Chessico, between Chessico and the firehouse.
25 on left on it.
Now for 929?
929 direct.
913 back.
So far.
And I just got another message saying 8200 block of Route 7, swinging a long chain and walking out in the middle of the road. Said 8298.
Alright, we're at Spring and Philadelphia right now. Trying to get out of my car, he just keeps walking northbound. He's walking up towards the Fiesta Mexicana.
Time for 928, 927 direct.
1468. Check with them to see if they need a taser operator down there.
13, yeah, that would be helpful. Just took off down Spring.
Okay, give me a description of him.
White male, short hair, tie-dye shirt, khaki long pants.
White male, short hair, tie-dye shirt, taxi. Took off down Spring off of 7.
1468. You can just log me back on 95765 and I'll be around with the taser.
827.
Go ahead.
Can you put me out on the 1046 at Perry Parkway in East Johnson? Look for the card inside. 13, just give me 10 for 8. This is a little weird. So he's running back up Spring towards Philadelphia right now.
Okay, channel 50, 10-3, subject is walk. Running up Spring.
Alright, 13. Where's 29? Can you have him come down Spring?
99.
Alright, so he's got a chain in his hand. I don't know what else he has. I didn't really see a knife, but...
He does have a chain in his hand, but you don't see a knife at the front. Council Center.
99 shots fired.
Shots fired. Where are you? Spring and Philadelphia.
He's holding his arm.
Okay, 927, direction of travel.
13, we're right here in front of the Fiesta Mexicana.
In front of the Fiesta Mexicana. Starting a medic. Council 10-3, 1438.
I need the officer's head with the suspect.
Alright, we're in front of 8304 Philadelphia Road. So he's got a chain in his hand. I don't know what else he has.
Hey, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down! Hey, buddy, I don't want to shoot you! I don't want to shoot you! Put it down! Put it down! Get down! 929, shots fired.
Shots fired. Where are you?
Spring and Philly, he's running, holding his arm. Get on the ground!
We got medics coming, all right?
I need the officer's head with the suspect.
National security director, damn it!
8304 Philadelphia Road.
Gloves? You got gloves?
8304 Philadelphia.